Okay, it's September 19th, 2022. I'm calling the Granby Planning Board meeting to order at 5 p.m. Following the planning board meeting, we will go into a joint meeting with ZBA in regards to other items on the agenda. Up first at 5:05 is an A&R for Mr. Kotowitz. So with that being said, I believe we have the plans in front of us. Is there anything?
Mr. Chair, I'm going to recuse myself because I work for, let the record show that I'm going to leave the room.
Don't go too far.
No.
Could you come up here and explain to the board specifically what we're looking at here?
Yeah, we're looking for an A&R agreement on this lot here. There's a ranch here, a ranch here, a ranch here, a ranch here, two-story here, and a ranch here.
So those have already been granted?
Yes.
We're looking at lot 5?
Correct.
Separated from the remaining land?
Exactly.
So we have 153 feet plus of frontage, 149 feet on the back line, and 420 feet on the left side, totaling 60,000 plus square feet.
Yeah.
So it meets all the requirements?
No wetlands. The Conservation Commission actually signed off on it. They did last Tuesday.
So with that being said, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the A&R for Mr. Kotowitz as presented.
We have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
3-0.
Motion carries. So we'll sign off on it. Be on your way, so long as you have a check in the amount of $250.
I wasn't sure.
Should be 125 for each lot. Jeez, man.
You want me to sign all of them and then pass it over? Okay. Thank you.
That's the
I don't. Thank you. I gave him my elastic, but we could use this.
Perfect.
There's a bunch of them. File cabinet.
I like your seats, comfy.
That's all we had on our agenda for tonight, right?
Yeah.
So that's all that's been posted. Does anybody have anything else you want to discuss while we're in
Any
open
new
session?
business?
I'll have minutes for you for next meeting.
Okay.
Will you be going to the select board meeting or are you going to elsewhere?
I can go to the select board meeting.
Okay, I'm in one. Thank you. Sharpie.
Okay, we're just holding on to the 5:15 and we can open the public hearing.
Jason, you have a sign in?
That would be good because that'll help you with the minutes.
Yeah.
Just,
I have a,
maybe just pass it, let them pass it around.
It might be easier to come up on the table without a clipboard. So you can write on.
Yeah, I don't have a clipboard.
is there one in the
We
cabinet?
just put it on that table.
Can we have everyone just sign in?
Or they can come up here and sign.
Or you
it,
can
too.
come up here and sign in?
Just name and address so that we can keep our minutes accurate.
This package? Yeah. Jim? Wouldn't want to select, oh, you need one.
I stole this. Actually.
Jim, is there another one of these packages?
Ron, do you have a chair? It's comfy.
No. Is that a spare one?
more minutes, folks.
We should have taken a recess.
I know, right?
Less than a minute.
Yep.
And the lights. It's quiet.
It's too quiet.
When you send out that text, a quick text, maybe ask for an RSVP from everybody.
Okay. It's now 5:15. We can start the public hearing. Jason will read the announcement, or,
I'll do it.
all right, Wilson's gonna read the announcement.
So the Granby Board of Appeals, along with the Granby Planning Board, will hold a joint public hearing on Monday, September 19th at 5:15 PM at 1 Library Lane, Old Carnegie Library, top floor, to consider the petition of Gerald Archambault seeking a special permit under section 6.2 and site plan approval under section 6.3 of the Granby zoning bylaws, and applicable of section 3 regulations 3.75 accessory uses regarding a private garage or stables exceeding 1,200 square feet in the area to be located at 239 Amherst Street, Granby, Mass., known as map 1-B-16.2. In addition to the above hearing, the Board of Appeals and Planning Board intend to conduct a public meeting following said hearings as time permits. This notice is given pursuant to Chapter 40A and Chapter 39, Section 23B of the Massachusetts General Laws.
Okay, thank you. So that being said, Kathy?
Yes, good evening. What I believe the process that we're going to do, you'll be doing the site plan. I'm Kathleen Bronick, Chair of the ZBA, and I'd like to welcome Steve Nally, a new member. Thank you for joining the board, and introduce the others, please.
Jeremy Carrier, member. Ron Harrop, member.
So, why don't you begin and
All right, thank you. So the way this is going to work is we're going to ask the applicant to present, and then both boards will review the site plan. ZBA will review the zoning bylaws. We'll take comment. We'll close the public hearing. We'll have comments between the boards, and we may or may not vote tonight to either approve or disapprove. That's just the process of how it will play out. So with that being said, the applicant present to the planning board what they have.
Could you just state your name for the record
Gerald Archman.
and your address?
I live at 68 Allen Street, and this address is 239. So this is the barn I'm proposing to put up, this plot. So that's the floor plan. And the elevations right here. The house is here, which I have a building permit for. And this is-
So the house hasn't been built yet?
No. I started digging the hole, but I wanted to dig into the foundation at the same, make some cost.
Do you have something showing the setbacks, specific setbacks?
The paperwork is sent to the, I don't know if you have that. Yeah, it's approximately 100 feet. This might be like the U5, but it went out in 15.
Well, the only reason I bring it up is because of, do the store on that, that's why you're not flooding the neighborhood.
Yeah, everything slopes on the property. Slopes this way.
Is everybody on the planning board clear with this?
Yep.
What's taking place? Discussion about it? Council board, and issues,
Has proper setbacks, more than needed.
It's not that much more than what's allowed anyway.
Right.
It's smaller than it is, most residential today.
Does Ken have any input?
Based on what I received from Kathy, I think the only comment to the planning board would be to confirm, at least in the drawing, where the barn will be sited. Specifically,
Where?
okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's the barn.
And then maybe according to that plan, if you could just quantify the distance between the property line, just so that, because this is a
So it shows it on
particular...
the property line?
Yeah,
I think you said it was like
Yeah,
100
this one's
feet,
about 85, this is 100.
100 feet from this and 85 from that.
yeah.
Should we have him write that in and initial it? Okay.
If you need
Before you Is that it?
The only comment was the setbacks, or listing the dimensional requirements on the plan itself, and confirming with the board, as you typically would review any sort of new impervious surface, whether or not it would require any sort of comment on stormwater. That's all.
I don't see any concerns with the setbacks. Anything else from the board?
Nope.
So I'll open it up to public. Any comments from the public about this structure? No. Please.
So this would be the house here. This is the barn structure that he's talking about, tied in with septic. I believe he said it was 80, what was it, 85 feet from from the
85.
house?
5 and 100?
And then 100 from the barn to the property line.
They do have comment, you should see their name and address on the record.
Yeah.
That's under conservation. Do conservation have any concerns for the wetland area or any regulations? That's what his question is.
That's not up to us. That's another process for the building department.
All I can say about the wetlands is I worked with Kevin Brooks and we flagged a big piece of that area a couple of years ago. So it has been flagged. Whether it's, where it's got with conservation, I don't know.
That's not in our
No,
purview.
but it has,
That's in the building.
has certain items.
Which one's the oversized one, the way that there's dimensions, and what's it gonna
And
be?
then measure it. How many feet?
What is it?
It's
What's
just
its use?
a storage barn.
Well, yes, that's the next page.
I don't know,
So we're still-
personal storage?
Like
That's
it
a
says-
question that you could bring forward.
Like it says garage or barn,
Yeah, yeah.
as long as it's not
Over.
auto body.
No. Wouldn't be allowed.
If you have a question, you can come up or just state your name and address for the board.
Right, you can direct the questions to the planning.
To the,
259 Elmer Street.
Yep.
The letter that we
Once she's
received
done,
was a little
The
bit
planning board.
vague because it said either a barn or a garage. And so I guess I'm just wondering what it is, what it's supposed to be.
Well, it's a barn, and it's for carpenters, and a lot of stuff to use. Present neighbor, my house at 68 Amber Street, my wife wants them out. So, sawdust, stuff in the basement.
As long as it's not gonna be in something like a auto body place.
No. I'm supposed to retire, I want to hang up my tools.
Any other questions from the public to the boards?
What's gonna be stored in it?
Well, my tools, carpentry stuff that I have.
Your equipment?
What
What are you gonna do with all the fuel?
Fuel?
That's in the vehicles we have.
I don't have any storage tanks, so I only have 5 ounce cans of it.
And what's in the equipment? What if there's a spill up there? Wetlands just below that. I'm just wondering how you can remediate that.
No, I don't know if it's required.
That's not very good.
What's in your
That's not a requirement for, it's residential use, so whether he's building his home there and there was a spill from gasoline from filling his lawnmower, it's not under our purview.
I don't want to put any kind of storage tanks, because that is a whole nother,
That would be a different permit under
Right.
a whole different
I'm
process.
phasing down, not getting bigger.
If there are wetlands there, does the conservation commission have to examine that?
Never did.
Already did.
I got the sign from them.
Conservation gets involved with any building permit. They have to sign off on building permits before the building department will issue the permit.
Just make sure that there's proper setbacks.
member of the ZBA has questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hi, welcome. Question, I just want a clarification on the use. I understand it's going to be for storage, for your tools and such. Will you be conducting any business out of that? Because part of, for us to grant a special permit is for private use and residential use. So if you could clarify, and board members, if you have questions.
And presently, I only use the cellar of my house about 3 times a year to make something. Usually I drive to the jobs and do work there. So as far as, I'm not a fabricator, I don't do cabinets. Once in a while I'll make them, but it's like,
But you won't be conducting business regularly
No.
out of that building?
Your business is all off-site. Your business is mostly off-site. We go to the jobs.
so I need storage for all my
Yeah.
stuff.
Park the trucks inside.
Some
of them maybe.
of them will go in, but most of them stay out. 2 dump trucks and 2 bobcats, so, small bobcats.
I think that was my biggest question, was what height range you were talking about, because a 14-foot by 14-foot door is rather large.
Well, the solar panels, the biggest part of the barn was to get it tall enough to get above the trees or like that. So I was getting above the tree line because the solar company said, get it high as you can. So I'm in the limit of what's allowed, and the solar array is on the barn, not on the house.
Okay, but I was talking about the doors, unless I'm looking at this long, and it says 14-foot by 14-foot overhead doors.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what size equipment.
The dump truck is 10.6, so I always try to get it. So I've never had a garage to service any of my trucks, and now I will. If I need the service. Mostly it's to keep them out of the rain when it's raining or snowing. We gotta load them up with something. Unload them tools.
Other questions, concerns?
No.
I have one.
Oh, please, Steve.
You just mentioned that you service your vehicle there?
No, well, I meant if I have to load them, sorry, shut that thing off. If I have to load this trucks with materials and tools, clean out the truck, load it with screws, and that's basically what we do outside of the house now. So if I have to fill it with the ladders and stagings and stuff like that. But I'm not a mechanic, I'm not good at it.
So there's no repair of...
No, my truck is actually down at Ballard Truck getting worked on. My other truck is used, well, I said it wrong, I should have said stuff in the trucks.
That's fine. Thank you.
Are you gonna be storing construction material?
Very little. I have, just pine and plywood and stuff that we use. Right now, it's loaded with all the lumber to build the house and the barn. So I gotta hurry up and build it. He's been there for 6 months. The answer is starting getting it, so. I'm under the gun. Winter's going to hit. This actually, I applied 6 months ago, and I couldn't get a bottle of water. It took me 3 months to get a bottle of water. It was a real nightmare. And then when I went to get the permit, the building inspector said, I have to deny you on the barn. So I really got messed up with timing, and I had to start this process. Somebody wants to shut that off.
Hopefully it's not a customer. Okay, any further comments?
Scott, will employees be meeting you up there to go previous to the job site, meeting in the mornings to load up?
Once in a while, but not often. Most of the time, they drive to the jobs.
Okay.
We've been on a job for a year up in Pine Island Lake, so we meet on the job. And it's almost always that way because of the cost of fuel. They don't come to my house unless I need them to help me carry something that I can't carry myself.
Mr. Chairman?
Are you gonna bring any demolition material onto that property?
No,
I've seen some.
Everything goes to Valley Recycling.
Pardon?
Valley Recycling in Northampton is the dump site we use. So I have a dump trailer and a dump truck and everything goes there.
Well, I've seen you bringing in stumps and also a chimney, an old chimney and some concrete steps are back there.
Well, actually,
You're gonna continue to use that as a dump site.
I'm going to use all of the material that I brought. The bricks, this concrete block, everything that's there, we're about to palletize all the cement blocks that are laying around. I get them from jobs and I store them and we use them. So, all green. We'll use whatever we can.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I have 2 questions. You're going to have electrical service at that building?
Yeah,
What
it's
size?
already there.
What size? It's already there. What
It's,
size panel?
Well, the transformer is in and the services, underground services run up to the top of the hill. But we're not attached to the house because it's not there. and it's not run to the barn yet.
So what size service were you planning on?
It's a 200 amp service on
At the barn or at the house?
The house has 200 amp, and then there's 100 amp going to the barn.
100 amp to the barn, okay. The other question I have, Mr. Chairman, is the speakers, are they on the butters list? I don't know. I would assume so. They signed in, is that okay? Or just want everybody should have signed in this fall. Thank you. Okay. Any further discussion from the public? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing. The planning board?
I'll make a motion to close the planning board public hearing regarding this site.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I'll now turn it over to the zoning board of appeals if they want to close the public
Okay,
hearing.
I will. Committee members, any questions, any further questions? I think we covered it all. I'd like to propose to have a motion to close the public hearing for the zoning board of appeals. Do I have a second?
So moved.
Okay, all in favor, and we'll close.
Do you have any discussion for the planning board, questions or concerns?
No.
No, and I think some of the questions that we might have had to cover in the dialogue that we had with the Thank you.
Okay, with that being said, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the project from Mr. Tatro at, was it 239? 239 Amherst Street regarding the oversized barn.
I'll second.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Seconds. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. I will also entertain a motion to adjourn and close the hearing.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a second? Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, hearing's now closed.
For conversation amongst, or any comments, any questions? Are we ready to make a motion for approval or concerns?
My comment would be that if we were to pass this, that we have it written in stipulations that provide no business, service, or industry is conducted therefrom or therein as per our bylaws for special accommodation.
I agree. I like to put
First one,
forward,
so.
do you have it written? Okay, I'd like to put the, for a vote and for a motion to approve, the, special permit, based on the section 3 regulations 3.75, regarding private garage stables exceeding the 1,200 square feet, and with the stipulation that no businesses, services, or industry will be taking place, that it will be used for private use. We will add that into the special permit. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, your motion, the special permit has been approved with that stipulation. What we will do is we will complete the forms, submit them to Kathy, to the selectman's office. And I believe the rule of thumb, Jim, correct me if it's wrong, once it is submitted, Barbara said, is it 10 days?
20 days.
20 days before you can really begin to do anything. So once it's officially submitted, 20 days from that date, and the Barbara could appeal or so forth. So we can hold off for 20 days. Being anyone have any further business this evening from the ZBA? Being no further business, I'd like to put forth a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Our meeting